They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills have taken the lead. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They go play fake to Michael. Now Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know it's hard to see inside the face mask of the defender right now, but I'm willing to guess that there's a nice little grin on his face because to make that type of a play downfield, you wonder if you're going to be able to make it. You know that if you don't make it, it's a big play that you're giving up. But when you do bat the ball away and you come back and you embrace your teammates, that's a lot of momentum you're bringing back to the huddle. Now you feel like they can't complete anything when they don't hit deep shots.
Throwing now, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jerry Hughes, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On the run, this is Michael. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kristen Michael, 28 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out come the Bills. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Goodwin found the end zone for the 3rd time this season in Week 7. Also had 93 yards to boot.
And they needed him in a big way because Sammy Watkins is on IR. Robert Woods didn't play against the Dolphins due to a foot injury. So they needed Marquise Goodwin to jump up, and he did with a really nice game.
Cassius Marsh in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Now Taylor. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And now a first down following that long gain. From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. It's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. Now the Bills will take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. A gain of 13 and also a first down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good solid gain there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This time Wilson will throw. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now here's a sneak, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he knocks it through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken about the 12. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Stays on his feet. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
They'll run it here with Michael. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Taylor. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go with McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. LaShawn McCoy unable to get to the marker. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are
There he goes, right side. And oh, at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle.